Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news questions remain about whether inflation's fall can be maintained. Today is another shadow day with mostly second-tier data released, but some of it is interesting all the same. First in the US, retail sales at physical stores are up 5.3% last week from the same week a year ago, a good real rise above inflation. But things don't seem to be expanding anymore in their factory sector. Nationally, the widely watched Conference Board survey of consumer sentiment dipped in June from May, but not as much as expected. The present conditions aspect remains buoyant, but it is the future expectations component that eased a bit. Is inflation under control in the US? A key Fed official doesn't think so yet, and said she is prepared to vote to raise rates again if the disinflation trend doesn't continue. In Canada, they got a small surprise from their May CPI data. It rose to 2.9% from its three-year low of 2.7% in April. Analysts had expected it to retreat to 2.6%. And the latest South Korean consumer sentiment survey rose in June to its highest level since March. Sentiment regarding current living standards increased, while future outlook improved by the same margin. Expectations for future household income also rose. However, Australian consumer sentiment is mired in low territory according to the June update of the Westpac Melbourne Institute survey. In Europe, Denmark is set to become the first nation to impose climate taxes on their agricultural sector. They say they're doing it in part to encourage other countries to follow. Less than 2% of Denmark's GDP comes from their rural sector, but it does deliver 22% of their exports. US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.23% and down 2 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will start today down $13 at $2,319 an ounce. And oil prices are down 50 US cents at $81 a barrel in the US, but the international price is down $1 at $84.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today little change from yesterday at just under 61.2 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're still at 92 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're also still at 57.1 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today little changed at 70.8. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.